not only in the place they call Jamaica, Nyanka, but in St. Vincent, Brazil, even in Florida, where Michelle is at, the Maroon has built their status. So we are seeing it as a nationality. Mr. Reed, bring us up to scratch. You were telling us about this sort of unveiling as to the governance as far as a Kongpong town goes under the office of Richard Curry.
What has happened, Russ? Over the weekend, basically, I've gotten over 125 calls, and they wanted me to tell my story when I was kidnapped by Richard, and I knew exactly what happened. But I'm just trying to let them know that there's not much I can say since there's an investigation going on with the Ministry of National Security. And me being an American citizen, also the State Department took it up, passed over to the FBI. A lot of people would be asking, why would the FBI get involved in this? What they don't understand is that Anu Zan Tafari El, he's an American citizen, and he was involved with Mustafa, who actually got, I think, I'm not quite certain exactly how many years the feds gave him up in Connecticut State Prison, but Anu skipped town. He was a part of the PPP scam, and Mustafa, it's all out there in the public. You can just type in Stamford man Mustafa in Connecticut. The whole thing comes up throughout the entire media world. So Anu jumped ship, and they held on to Mustafa. So because of Anu jumping ship, they are investigating him, trying to find out what's going on with him. So automatically, him kidnapping me now, trying to extort me for $2.5 million, the United States has an interest in him since he's tied to the PPP loan with Mustafa. But the problem here, Russ, is that the poor, innocent people in a compound, they are the ones who need to hear the story, not the international community, not Canada, not the United States, not Australia, not Europe. The people in a compound, they need to know exactly what is going on. Unfortunately, Richard Curry does not give them the decency or respect to have meetings with them. He gets on the line and he talks to a group of his friends and relatives overseas. That's his meetings. And the people in the compound, especially the poorer ones, the real poor ones who knows nothing of what's going on, they're the ones with the illegal guns who Richard gives to them, and they're defending Richard. But they are just victims of ignorance. They really don't know who Richard Curry is. So the elders came together, and they wanted me to give them permission to speak with the FBI and to put my file in it. And finally I said, you know what? I called the government. They said, if you want to put your case in it as part of the impeachment process, we have no problem with it. The more the merrier. So that's how my case of kidnapping got involved with the 27, 28 articles of impeachment for Richard Curry. But, you know, when they were putting the articles together, I said to them, you're all wasting your time, because if you think Richard Curry is just going to get up and walk out in the middle of the night or roll over and die, you're in for a long haul. That's exactly what I said to them. It does. The entire village could come out and say, you have to go. He has no respect for the Constitution. But here's the trick, Ross. He rewrote the Constitution, which a lot of people don't know. He rewrote the Constitution, and then he's calling it the full Maroon Council. Now, this is where the ignorance comes in. You cannot be the colonel and lead the Council of Elders. The Council of Elders has to be different from you. The reason why the Council of Elders, they're the ones who have to keep the chief or his administration in check.
Yes.
If you get a dictatorship regime, who's gonna get rid of him if he decides to become somewhat of a nutcase? You need an independent body who will be able to say, listen, enough is enough. You got to go. That is what the Council of Elders for almost 300 years has been. If you go back in history, there's this is ironic, right? The chairman of the Council of Elders right now, his name is Mr. Mary DeRose. He was also a colonel. Do you know how?
Hold on. Because last night, Colonel Curry said that he has some names to call, and it's amazing you mentioned.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. The choice I hand to you.
Freshradiovybz, the most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistance radio station. Freshradiovybz. Freshradiovybz. Freshradiovybz.
Outside, this is Freshradiovybz, I represent for the International Morning Right Show, Victoria. Outside, this is Freshradiovybz, Studio to Record, I represent for, I don't know, the International Morning Right Show. Every Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with the 5 masterman like Kadites, the Ontario. Outside, this is Freshradiovybz, Studio to Record, Jamaica.
National Grand Rising Show, Monday to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. News, music, live interviews, covering the global issues of the Maroons. Promotional packages available now. Freshradiovybz, broadcasting locally and internationally. Your #1 online radio station. Streaming on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and Google. YouTube. Listen radio at its best. Call and join us now at 260-209-8730. And rise. Freshradiovybz, the official radio station for the Maroon Nation. Drop us an email at godites@gmail.com. That is GADIETHD@gmail.com. The International Grand Rising Show. We shall avail. We shall avail. We shall.
No mining in the cockpit country, no mining.
Send Anna, Trinoni, choose life. Bauxite mining will destroy us. Defend your rights and save cockpit country, our health, our heritage. We water and we yam ground. Safeguard our way of life. Reject the 51-49% mining partnership. Them a bad mind.
No mining in the cockpit country, no mining. Jamaica people stand.
This is a public announcement. A tree without its roots shall die, and a nation without its identity can never prosper. The Nyankipong Sovereign Maroon Global Tribal Nation Territories, partners of the UN ILO Indigenous and Tribal People Convention Law, have your identification card. Get it now. Your nationality as a Maroon sovereign person give you the protection of the laws of the rights that you deserve. Application forms are available now. In the USA, contact Representative Russ Gadites at GADIETHZ Gadites@gmail.com, or call them at 1260-209-8730. Contact the Jamaican head office at 1-876-605-7987 or 1-876-773-4594. Visit our website at nyankipongmaroonsovereignstate.org. Call, sign up now. United we stand with the Nyankipong Maroon Sovereign State. This is powered by Freshradiovybz and the Nyankipong Sovereign State. Now the dream has become.
Oh, now we never see, now we never stop. Burning is fire non-stop. Yeah, alright. All the leaders, them all let the people down. And them holding at the straw with them a drown. And the leaders, them all let the people down. They always make the people wear a frown. And leaders them and let the people down. Them trying to blame it on the dancehall and the artists and the sound. We got it and let the people down. Then as they get to use them on sound. Yo, bubble and a fleet them work, but we don't love how them sound. That them see them wanna turn it in a gun town. No get to you them turn in a gun cloud. Gunshot a tear off them head crown. Well every other day and next body them found. Well in a them own a blood this is set them down. Who them boy I really wanted for clown. Them this Selassie I am a profound and said. The leaders them and let the people down. Have them holding at the straw with them a drown. And the guys and let the people down. They always let the people we were from. And the guys and let the people down. Try to blame it on the dance and the artists and the sound. The guys and let the people down. Alright then, wow. Promises are comfort to a fool. Babylon I said them a go build more centers and school. I don't play to see a share and next with less is too much less. Yeah, we hear me now. When they must say a pencil or a pen, much less a rule. I would them want it for food, they can't fool. I leaders them and let the people down. Have them holding at the straw with them a drown. And the guys and let the people down. Them drinking the people blood, them all blood down. And the guys and let the people down. Have them holding at the straw with them a drown. And the guys and let the people down. Righteousness not on the youth, them in a clown. Wow. But get to you must see from afar. Cause all the perpetrators war, yeah. The youth them a fight over house and car. Who want the superstar? Well I hear me see. Them we even sell you out there. Can them a come from far? Man a red eye man who buy him on a car. Wow, walk one star. Yeah, hear me for done. Hey, leaders them a let the people down. Have them holding at the straw with them a drown. And leaders them a let the people down. Why they always let the people we were found? The leaders them a let the people down. Have them holding at the straw with them a drown. The leaders them a let the people down. Them try to blame it on the dancehall and the artists and the sound. You guys let the people down. Wow, yeah, wow. We will burn now, is how we never stop. Burning this food, let them know Selassie are you, yeah. I never take money well before, yeah. I never take money before, yeah. Mama Miga and the mother will be ready. Oh, I lead them and let the people down. I'm them holding at the straw and them a drown. And you guys I let the people down. They always let the people be the friends. And we keep them and let the people down. Holding at the straw and them a drown. And we keep them and let the people down. Then they try to bring it on the dancehall and the artists and the sound. Now for them and let the people down. Whoa, yeah. How you work them so hard, yo. Still you come and drop yard, yo. But how you show to the game, that's why you have to play so hard. Why you have the people them a start, yeah. Why you say them a fraud, yo. And me go and say to them a guard, yeah. That's the part I am a fraud. Put them a yard of fraud. And say, I lead them and let the people down. Have them holding up the you guys let the people down. Why they always let the people be with you?
Shut up, Israel. Alright, so Queen Elizabeth is dead. See? And unfortunately, our government, showing who they really serve, is now commanding the entire nation to mourn for Queen Elizabeth. You understand? This is an Observer article and it said, Day of Mourning of Queen's death to be observed in Jamaica on September 18th. You understand? Which goes to show you that, you know what I mean, like we have always said in ISUPK Jamaica. You know what I mean? Your government is not your government. This is who they belong to. Many people have not even gotten the message yet that Queen Elizabeth is dead, but there's already an Observer article, you know what I mean, saying that you should mourn for her. And it goes on to say, during the period of mourning, it is the customary recommendation that no celebratory activity should take place. So you can't even celebrate. You understand? You can't even keep your party. Let me continue read. On the day of mourning, the public should know that only authorized activities relating to the day are approved and that all social events should be postponed. So you're not even allowed, you understand, to enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? You're being forced to mourn for somebody whose foreparents brought your foreparents over here in chains. And after 400 years of oppression and Shalom Israel. Alright, so Queen Elizabeth is dead. Zane, and unfortunately our government, you know what I mean, showing who they really, you know what I mean, serve, is now commanding the entire nation to mourn for Queen Elizabeth. You understand? This is an Observer article and it said, Day of Mourning of Queen's death to be observed in Jamaica on September 18th. You understand? Which goes to show you that, you know what I mean, like we have always said in ISUPK Jamaica. You know what I mean? Your government is not your government. This is who they belong to. Many people have not even gotten the message yet that Queen Elizabeth is dead, but there's already an Observer article, you know what I mean, saying that you should mourn for her. And it goes on to say, during the period of mourning, it is the customary recommendation that no celebratory activity should take place. So you can't even celebrate. You understand? You can't even keep your party. Let me continue read. On the day of mourning, the public should know that only authorized activities relating to the day are approved and that all social events should be postponed. So you're not even allowed, you understand, to enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? You're being forced to mourn for somebody whose foreparents brought your foreparents over here in chains. And after 400 years of oppression and slavery, not even an apology coming from she nor her family. You understand? Showing that they are sorry for your slavery and calls for reparation went unanswered. So why should we mourn? Tell you what, we here in the ISUPK and a commanding general, your honor, we won't be mourning. We will be celebrating. You understand? Yeah, man, that is what we are going to do, celebrating the death of our enemies. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. And it said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. While this woman was on her throne living, we were mourning. You understand? When she was on her throne ruling over our government and over our system, we were in mourning here in Jamaica, suffering. You understand? Killing each other, taking it out on each other. You understand? Not knowing who to blame for our sufferation, so we take it out on each other. We were in mourning. You understand? We suffered poverty. So now that this woman is dead, we will be celebrating. You understand? We won't be mourning for this woman. And with that, like this page. Shalom.
They will set you up. Don't let them set you up. No, they will set you up. Hey, what is man that Jah is mindful of him? When every day the world is mingled up in sin. We see them all opposing and show off. We know the race of life. Later on I gonna have to let them set you up. Don't let them set you up. No, I don't wanna be set up. Don't let them set you up. Set you up, yeah. Every man had the same chance. Every man had the same dance. Everybody in a romance, like the world in a lost trance. Yes, they got the system fighting against the things to make us all. Yes, the live as one, but they've got a master plan. Don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up. No. Babylon can't set me up. Don't let them set you up. No. People are gonna talk, people are gonna laugh. Again. People are gonna pass some dirty remarks. Oh, my friend, them say no watch the dog go your back. Oh no, got some of them soul it last. Oh God, don't let them set you up. No. Babylon can't set you up. No. Don't let them set you up. No. Marcus God is leaving. We're leaving out of Babylon. Oh yes. And they can't stop no time. The progress of this nation. No. So don't let them set you up. Don't let them set you up. No. Don't let them set you up. No. Don't let them set you up. No. Freshradiovybz in the place, standing up, yes, for the human race. Freshradiovybz in the house. Dirty Babylon, east, west, north, and south. Don't let them set you up. What am I try? No weapon that form against the righteous shall prosper, you know. We don't see what go on already, and you know, to tell the people them say, yo, all of
soldiers, my freedom fighters.
Earlier, I spoke to the Culture Secretary, Oliver Dowden, and I began by asking him whether he thought the stolen Benin bronzes should be owned by Nigeria.
Well, I think that they properly reside in the British Museum. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we shouldn't work with the government in Nigeria to see how we can
return the stolen.
Forgive me, and I understand sharing, but
oh my God! Hold on, Roger, hold on. Did they? Yo, wanna set up my microphone, you know? Hey camera people, turn on the camera, you know. Wanna deal with? I wanna try. Bring up, hey, coup d'etat. Wanna try bring up over here, so no coup d'etat. Zayn Rasgadites in the house. Yeah, we shall have people. A bit things that go on. What go on, my brothers and sisters. Yeah, all of the nobles them, you know. Noble people who know say right now they are gathered. Yes, sir. Grand Rising show, we say Grand Rising. And when we say Grand Rising, it means that the rising of the people is grand. It is a grand occasion. It is the ancestral power. It is the Karamantis. This is the Ashantis. It's the Zulus. It's the Swahilis. Yes, it's a Kemetic connection. Yeah, the magnetic field is activated right now. What a grand thing, huh? You are. Our DJ was just playing a piece from one of his should I say what do we call it? We do not want to call it stolen goods. We do not want to call it stolen goods because I don't want to offend anybody. But the DJ is telling us that we have resurrected some tapes here where it is said that the crown that Queen Elizabeth was wearing was actually properties belonging to the Maroon. What a thing, my God. Mighty God. Me know want, hey, make sure so we copyright Mighty God, you know, because me know want Andre come over here after him, because we're going to put a ban on it, so then call it. We can't ban Mighty God. I could have this. Anyway, these are our tapes that is resurrected from the archives. Hold on, engineer. From the archives, showing that the stolen goods that is being worn by the Queen over the years
have to be returned. Anu, if you are with that concept, please let us know. We want everybody, or people are claiming restoration. Yes, reclaiming those who ask for reparation want to remain under foreign powers. Michelle, we do not want reparation. What we want is the return of the stolen property. Can we get the tape going, please? Okay.
Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden, and I began by asking him whether he thought the stolen Benin bronzes should be owned by Nigeria.
Well, I think that they properly reside in the British Museum. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we shouldn't work with the government in Nigeria to see how we can share it with them.
Forgive me, and I understand sharing, but they were stolen. Do you not think that they should be owned by the people that they were stolen from in the first place?
Well, I think the problem with this, and of course, if we go back to things that happened in the 19th century and judge them by our values of today, it's completely unacceptable. But my concern about this is, where do you actually draw the line with this? The collections of our great national institutions have been developed over many, many centuries.
Hold on. You know, I just want to say the phone lines will be open up broadly. You're hearing right here where this representative of the crown with stolen properties, they acknowledge that these properties do not belong to them. And he is making it justify that these are actually a collections of artifacts that the British Empire, deemed to be for public use by them, not the people who own it. Let's get back into it. There's so much things we're going to get at, but I just wanted to jump off into these stolen goods because, as you know, the heir to the throne, the British Empire, has taken over the load that his mother had been carrying for quite a while. And with all of these stolen goods that is there in the British Empire, several of these stolen goods are from our very own tribal indigenous people, and we're asking for them to be returned. Carry on with the tape, please.
In many times in questionable circumstances. I think the question now is about what we do with these. I love the Benin bronzes. I've seen them many times throughout my life, and I think them being in the British Museum, which is a world repository of heritage, allows people to see it. But that doesn't stop us from sharing it.
Okay, but ownership is key, right? Yeah. And the Nigerians say that when they get them back, they would almost certainly be happy to loan them back to you. But the fundamental problem is that they were stolen from the Nigerians and they want to own them.
I completely accept that they were acquired at a time of rampant...
My God. No, you hold on, man. Hold the flipping music, because I do not believe that we're anybody on the panel here, anybody inside this intelligent institution that is listening to what I'm playing right now. Can you, as a person who abides by the laws and the rules and the regulation and the platform, can you see what these people are saying as justification for what they're doing? Let's carry the tape again.
Colonial expansion in Africa, in circumstances that I'm not in any way going to sort of defend or condemn with the values of the 21st century. I think, though, the more important question is how we ensure that the world can enjoy this marvellous heritage.
A letter will soon be sent, mandated under international law by the Nigerian government to the British Museum, formally requesting return. You and I know that would also require laws, the Heritage Act and the British Museum Act, to be revoked or at least amended. Is that a realistic prospect?
No, we have no plans for doing that.
Hold on. On a year what we going a while ago. People, we have to, show guidance where it is needed. The phone line is going to be open. It's 9 minutes after the hour. We see a lot of people sending us texts. We are looking at, this is what the British Culture Secretary the British Culture Secretary had to say about the returning of the Benin bronze that was stolen by the British Empire. We are resurrecting a lot of things today because we want to keep our eye on the ball as it go along. We'll play it one more time before we hit the airwaves again. Let's go again.
Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden, and I began by asking him whether he thought the stolen Benin bronzes should be owned by Nigeria.
Well, I think that they properly reside in the British Museum. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we shouldn't work with the government in Nigeria to see how we can share it with them.
Forgive me, and I understand sharing, but they were stolen. Do you not think that they should be owned by the people that they were stolen from in the first place?
Well, I think that the problem with this, and of course, if we go back to things that happened in the 19th century and judge them by our values of today, it's completely unacceptable. But my concern about this is, where do you actually draw the line with this? The collections of our great national institutions have been developed over many, many centuries, in many times in questionable circumstances. I think the question now is about what we do with these. I love the Benin bronzes. I've seen them many times throughout my life, and I think them being in the British Museum, which is a world repository of heritage, allows people to see it, but that doesn't stop us from sharing it.
Okay, but ownership is key, right?
Yeah.
And the Nigerians say that when they get them back, they would almost certainly be happy to loan them back to you. But the fundamental problem is that they were stolen from the Nigerians and they want to own them.
I completely accept that they were acquired at a time of rampant colonial expansion in Africa, in circumstances that I'm not in any way going to sort of defend or condemn with the values of the 21st century. I think, though, the more important question is how we ensure that the world can enjoy this marvellous heritage.
A letter will soon be sent, mandated under international law by the Nigerian government, to the British Museum, formally requesting return. You and I know that would also require laws, the Heritage Act and the British Museum Act, to be revoked or at least amended. Is that a realistic prospect?
No, we have no plans for doing that.
No, we have no plans for doing that. My God.
As I mentioned, the British Commonwealth, the death of Queen Elizabeth has brought mixed emotions and renewed calls for independence. NBC's Carrie Sanders is in Kingston, Jamaica for us and talking to folks on the ground there. Carrie, there was a survey back in August that actually found 56% of Jamaicans support removing the British monarch. And that was, by the way, before the Queen died. And they're also asking for reparations for the atrocities of slavery. As you talk to folks on the ground there in Jamaica after the death of the Queen, what are you hearing?
Well, it's very much the local history here in the West Indies, and specifically here in Jamaica. The folks who live here, majority of them are descendants of slaves, and they were brought here by the Royal African Company, which was directly in line with the monarchy that succeeds today in King Philip III, or King Charles III. And so what you have is a lineage that many here say means that those who are in authority now should apologize and should recognize that the money that was taken off of the backs of slaves here from the sugar plantations is money that not only added to the wealth of the monarchy, but over the centuries compounded, making them even wealthier. So joining us here is somebody who can talk directly to that. Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Muta Baruka.
Muta Baruka, and I'm curious, first of all, how do you feel about the Queen's death?
I have no feelings about it,
No feelings at all?
No.
Even though this is a Commonwealth nation and she was the head of state?
She's the head of state of the Commonwealth nation, I am not part of the Commonwealth. I don't recognize myself as part of the Commonwealth nation, even though I'm in a Commonwealth nation. See, I'm a Rastafarian. The only king I recognize is Emperor Haile Selassie I.
So let's explain a little bit about that. You are a descendant of the families that were enslaved and brought from ships. Do you know where your family descendants came from?
Very difficult to say, but given what we know about Jamaica, we would say from the West Coast, which is like Ghana, Nigeria. Most of us is from Ghana. Because we know about the Accra compound, and we know about the Coromantee. These are some African nations that came out and came across the ship.
So when you look at the moment that we're in, after 70 years, no apology from the Queen for the enslavement, and now a new king, what is your expectation, first of all, in terms of an apology? Are you expecting one?
Look here, the Queen has been there for 70 years, and she has been all over the world, one of the most traveled monarch of England. And there's so much atrocity that was happening in India, in Kenya, in Southern Africa, and in the Caribbean. And she has not even recognized that her family was responsible for what is taking place, especially now what is taking place in Jamaica, because all they did was to rebrand slavery and call it colonialism. So the same thing.
So now we go forward as opposed to looking back.
Yeah.
What is your expectation?
Yeah. Big up all the massive them, we soon link the phone call. We live, and so we move to that finish up on us.
Yeah, all right. My expectation is that we will have to continue the struggle to make whosoever is on the throne now recognize that there's something that is need to be done right now, and that is an apology and reparation.
Okay. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Calculating reparations, Yasmin, is very complicated because some would say that in the 1800s, when the slave owners were actually compensated to the tune of 20 million pounds, that why did the slaves get any of that money? And if that were the case, then maybe the money that has since, you think about inflation, you think about how money could have been invested in compounding, that we're talking perhaps billions, and some people have even calculated trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yasmin?
Kerry Sanders for us. That was a really good conversation.
The power of the people is more powerful than the people who are in power. Here I stand looking around me, while all around me, what do I say? All happy faces, behind these pretty smiles. Heartache and loneliness, dress up in modern style. All happy people, living in sin and shame. Reflections of myself, life's no easy game. We're caught up in the trade winds. The trade winds of our time. The trade winds are blowing around me.
Good morning again.
While all around me,
I must say, thanks a lot for checking up. Respect Joe for that. Not many people really, report people anymore. So grateful for your concern and all of that. But to be honest, we are media still, farmer media panel, it's good, like, home away from home, like, me the home. Not tell you no, like. I'm not going to tell you that I have a room for myself, but currently, no, I'm alone in a room. But I mean, like, the more guys come from the family, you have to have a roommate eventually. But, and I could actually say majority of the guys in here have their own room too.
That is a farm worker over there calling. Him send me a piece of voice note there. Big up all the massive them. If you cannot get on the show, send me a voice note. And a lot of people are shouting, Lord, what is it? Let me see how I go and California try call me a while ago. If you cannot get me via the phone line, just call me on the phone and we will definitely chat with you, you know. Phone line a blow up already. Rascadites, you say, we're not hold back nothing right now. We're live on the air. Freshradiovybz, the #1 hard-hitting radio station that have a global effect on everything. You hear them talk about reparation, all these things. And that's why Michelle come in and chat today. I said that if we ask back for money, but we not really ask back for the money like that. We just a hold our rems and keep it real. Why they in the domain? Because we're in the domain. Of course, we also want to touch base with Queen Mother. She has a big package going on, and it's heading over to Accra. And we can give you more details about it. Anything else on the line again, family? We didn't touch too much thing. The hot thing is yesterday's show. Yes, the show where we're born up. Yeah, it's creating a momentum, getting a lot of calls. We're hearing people talking up a lot now, and that is what we want. We want people to get their voice and let their voice be heard, so we can move forward. Other concerning news is you know that we have situation arriving where what is it in 12 days has been put forward. Yes, they say 12 days has been asked for by the is it the crime minister? It's a crime. Yes, the crime ministers, they are taking into hand the 12 days. Do we have another piece for
NBC's Carrie Sanders is joining us from Kingston, Jamaica. So, Carrie, let's talk about the attitude that Jamaicans are carrying right now toward the monarchy.
Well, this is a country of 3 million, so you have many different opinions. But
hold on. That's wow. We have so much things going on. Why are you flooding the desks with all of these things? The Jamaicans are lashing out. The Maroons are lashing out. I can't call it Jamaicans. I have to call it Maroons. Hold on. South Africa is lashing out. Hold on. We have South Africa who Melina Grand Rising.
It would be wrong of me to leave this mic without saying to Britain and everybody else who cares, we do not mourn the death of a colonizer and a murderer who came and killed our people, and she's wearing proudly a stolen goods on her head. We have nothing to do with the Queen. Lele bolaile batho ba rena ba utswa di minerale tsa mo Africa, ba utswa di minerale tsa all over Africa. Today people think, hey we mourn the Queen. But when Helen Zille tweeted and said that not everything is bad about colonialism, you all said Helen Zille is a racist. How can she praise colonialism? By mourning and praising the Queen, you are celebrating colonialism. You are not different from Helen Zille. We were not colonized by the land called Britain. We were colonized by the leadership of Britain that killed our people. So we must not be asked to do rankings here. We are very clear. The Queen does not represent anything good. Britain has got a lot of gold, yet they don't have a single mine of gold. Those are stolen goods. We must talk about reparation. We must talk about the return of the gold. We must talk about the return of the stolen diamond, and not these other side issues which are not important to us. How can you be oppressed for so many years? After liberation, you've got nothing to show that we've been liberated. You have no land, you have got no bank, you've got no mind. The only thing you have is a hatred of other Africans. It was this queen who gave us surnames, by the way. This Britain, we did not have surnames. We were calling each other Kadireto Charina. The surnames and the addresses, we did not have an address because they move up from year to year according to the season. So today we are given address, we are given borders, we are given surnames because we must be controlled by a certain nation which we must celebrate. We, as black people, everywhere else we are one thing.
Publish, shop, subscribe, follow.
Yes, sir. I tell you, Joseph Milena, very, very powerful speech right there. And we see a lot of people, they're showing their true self, We're asking that if you're going to be emotionally connected and emotionally damaged to the oppressors, bear in mind that, hold on.
Family. Look here, no? Me is not a political creature. You understand me? But sometimes, as a citizen of the world, as a citizen of Jamaica, sometimes certain things happen and you have to express your views. And me talking to you now as a family, and those who do not like it can resign and come out of the world family, because pick me, son of divorce, mama, daughter divorce, papa, and all them kind of something. So we wouldn't be creating no history. Now listen to me. The Queen Elizabeth II of England, has passed on, and may her soul rest in peace. But after 60 years of independence, do you think any independent nation within the Caribbean should have talked about, say, them have 12 days of mourning? Mourning for what? In with desperation, the Queen, me no remember it, ever see it fit, we say make she give us something. We have declared our independence, and therefore we have to make we own a decision. We have to determine we own a destiny. That is what I think independence is. I still cannot understand why this woman was the head of Jamaica, and we have a Governor General when we claim say we have independence. Let us as Jamaicans and other Caribbean people be like Prime Minister Motley of Barbados. Let us shelve all vestiges of the British monarchy and take on the destiny in our hand. No, Mr. Prime Minister of Jamaica, I am in total disagreement with the fact that you are declaring 12 days of mourning for the Queen. You hear me tell us, I really not think it's necessary. And world family, as I said to you, me want to know if express myself. Tell me if me wrong, because who am I? I am just a mere little Jamaican Caribbean man in the world, and I saw me see it.
Yeah, that's how you see it, right? That's how Oliver Samuels go wrong. He's not just a mere Jamaican. He's a Maroon, my son. My God, me say me get Oliver Samuels on the line, because me can't believe so we still have our brothers and sisters that take on to this appellation. As a year where him say still, the Corporation of Jamaica showing that the crown is their them work for the crown. So 12 days of crying for the boss who dead. The boss who dead. Yes, it is what they must say right now. I see we're a lot of people listening to what's going on, but still not comprehending. As long as you're a subject, if you are a subject of the crown, they can do what they sees fit with you. And a lot of people maybe figuring say, yo, we are talking about me on a subject of the crown. You are a subject of the crown because you have their documents walking up and down with them. You have to realize that you are a subject under that premises. Let's see if the phone line up now. My gosh, the line hardcore. Let's get one of the Queen subjects on the line. Grand Rising, Billy. Grand Rising. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you loud and clear, Billy. I know that you're in a time of mourning.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic noise down here. There's a lot of traffic noise down there, blessed King.
I know. The mother has passed, Billy. She has passed, isn't she? The Queen. My God, how is it happening up in the neck of the woods?
Well, right now I'm about to send you guys some updates. You know, her coffin will be coming past us shortly.
Yes.
We're gonna get that right. We're right next to the place where the plane's gonna land. I've already sent you some footage of the coffin going on board the actual airplane. This on the Educators Network platform. You've got permission to share it.
Yes.
The thing about it though is I was gonna do it as a YouTube video, so I was gonna send you the official YouTube videos later on today.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we are dealing with the thing.
But what I call you, Billy, seeing that you're close to where the action is, the Maroons have put in a petition for some of the stolen goods to be returned.
Yeah.
But we're not getting a good feedback, Billy. The British talk to me.
Yeah, well, what we've done is I reached out to a friend of mine in Ethiopia, who's MBE, you know, the Queen of England, is better, and gave her a title, yeah?
Yes.
So what we're going to do, we're going to see what King Charles is saying. And he's also got a good rapport with Leonard Johnson, who's also in the Educators Network as well. So we'll just see what he's saying. You know, at the end of the day, really and truly, they have to return stolen goods. They've said they're going to do it. When they do it on one of our channels, it'll be in a public place. And they would have to stick to their word. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? You know?
Of course, we are talking about a vast amount of stolen goods. There's a lot of...
there's a lot of stolen goods. They inherited a lot of stolen property from Jamaica.
Yes,
and a lot of
yes,
stolen property
Billy.
was inherited from other countries, and they acknowledge that, and they know that they said it's over 17 trillion that they owe us. You understand? They said there weren't enough money printed in circulation in the UK to pay us. So we know how to collect the money. But I'm going to send you guys some details that you've already got, just to remind you, though. And we're just going to put it on a national program where we interview you guys. Like we're even going to organise an interview with Prince Charles himself, King Charles himself. So you know what I mean, we can see how that goes. We'll let you know the response and all that.
And of course,
thanks for the call, man. And you've got permission to share the YouTube things. I'm going to send you the YouTube things, but you've got permission to go onto the Educators Network and have a look at the up to things. We got the footage of her going on the coffin and all that as well, yeah.
Okay.
But let me save this battery, King. This battery, I run down low and I have to do some recording with it as well.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Into my other phone, trying to charge.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Blessings. Yes, we will have you. That is Billy over there. He is one of our ambassadors who are looking into the stolen goods. Michelle said they were acquired. You know, I don't know how do you go into a country that has its own sovereignty and acquire their property. It does not. I don't get into that. We'll have to keep the phone line blazing. As you know, Marcia, big up yourself, Melina. Let's see if Marcia have anything to say about the stolen goods. You know, Marcia's never been on our platform yet, but her office is always going. She may want, people are calling it partner draw, people are calling it all sort of things, but you know, if we're going to get back some stolen goods, we're going to get back some stolen goods. Her office is not the secretary must be out for lunch. You know, it's a lunch call, and we want to get everything sorted out. As I said, you know, we are also going to touch over to Ghana, and I think we have DJ. Do we have our Ghana link on the line? Grand Rising Queen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm giving thanks and praise. You know, Fresh Radio Vibes here. We want to reach out to you because first night we send our information over to you, so for you to see if we could form some form of communicative links. And I think this is where we're at with our listeners and everybody. You are venturing on a journey and I want you to introduce yourself and let us know who we definitely are interacting here on Fresh Radio Vibes with. Grand Rising.
Hi, this is Angelique McKay from the Bahamas, and I am Queen Mother, Asafa Churiba of Pawcasoo, and the Ahanta people of Western Ghana. I am a director with Sankofa Flamingo Foundation, and I'm also the CEO and founder of the Junkanoo Commandos, which is an organization that has traveled around the world, taking Junkanoo to different places around the world by doing workshops, presentations, and performances on the creative arts of Junkanoo and spreading that information.
Wow. That's
it in a nutshell.
that's a large office that you work within, and I'm happy that you have a little bit of time to share with our brothers and sisters across the listening diaspora as far as the Atlantis Island goes. Bahamas is the location that this portal is being operating from. Tell us about this link, because we spoke to I think is Shango, and he is very excited about this mission, this portal that has been opened. Russ Copper has also shared some very hopeful dreams and vision to bring forth with this traveling on, that you're doing. Bring me up to scratch where you've been there before, but now you're putting into place for this to be a regular pilgrimage for our brothers and sisters who want to return. Talk to me.
Yes. Shango, Christopher, who was in June, he was installed as Nana Asafuhini Jankwao II.
Yes.
And all of the research that he has been doing showed us the link with Junkanoo to the western region of Ghana, specifically to Pawcasoo and the Ahanta people. And we have been there. We've been tracing the origins of Junkanoo, and his research shows that Junkanoo is practiced throughout the wider diaspora. And the name of various festivals that are similar to Junkanoo, he has found that it's a direct link to our Ahanta hero, Jankwao, who defended his people against enslavement over the years, right? And his research has led to show that the first 3 slave ships that came to the Bahamas came specifically from the Ahanta region. And that's why this man's name is revered throughout the region so much, because of his heroic feats over the years defending his people. And we have designed a pilgrimage to the Black Mecca, to the western region of Ghana, specifically to the Ahanta region, so that we can see where it all began for us as people in the diaspora, as stolen Africans. Okay?
Yes.
So our pilgrimage will take us to the Ahanta region, and we will be able to walk the same roads that our ancestors walked. And you will feel the difference. I have felt the difference. No. We are going, a few of us are going next month to one of the festivals, the Kundum Festival.
Yes.
That a lot of the celebrations that we would have brought over with us started from. And one of the things that I have said to persons in the Bahamas and in different interviews that we have had is persons say we were stolen, and they were saying that we were stripped of everything. And when I touched down in Ghana, and when I reflect on my day-to-day life here in the Bahamas, I realized that our ancestors brought everything with them. They brought everything with them. The similarities, you can't even question the similarities. When you look in the faces of the people, they are our cousins. They are our uncles and aunts. We see the faces of people who we run into every day here in the Bahamas. I saw someone, one of the nanas there, looked exactly like my granduncle. Exactly. So I started calling him uncle. You know, it's a must for every person of African descent. Every person. It's emotional on different levels for everyone that takes that trip.
Yes.
And the planning that we're doing at Sankofa Flamingo, we do all the heavy lifting for you. We take you to the spots that resonate with us as a people. Yeah. And our brothers and sisters in Ahanta welcome us. You know, they were happy to see us. We did an initiation ceremony in March that welcomed us back into the Ahanta tribe, because they understand and we understand that we are the stolen children of our great grandparents, and we were returning home. You know, the stories that they would have told their children around the fire that our stolen children will come home.
Yes.
We were the return. We were literally the return home. And just talking to you now, reliving everything that has happened over these past months, I have goosebumps on my arms.
I am feeling that sort of that connection. But when we talk about Jankono, people from my Caribbean people in Jamaica, stop the rhythm for me. In Jamaica, we have Jankono. In St. Kitts, we have Jankono. In Barbados, there's Jankono. Antigua, there's Jankono. St. Vincent, there's Jankono. Grenada, there's Jankono. But people, what we've been taught about, it is not Jankono, as how you hear the pronunciation is. Tell us the right pronunciation for that name again.
Well, in the Bahamas, we say Junkanoo. Yeah. But what the research that Christopher has unearthed is that there would have been some of Janquao's warriors.
But that's what I'm trying. We're trying to put the pieces together, people. Janquao was such a leader and such a movement, a government for Janquao to be in so many different places, people.
Exactly.
This was not just a individual who was walking among us. He had governance with us. And this governance has led us to this very day now, where you can, when you go to Accra in Ghana, his sustenance is so still strong with our people that you are welcome under the banner of that appellation.
Exactly. He was one of the fierce warriors of the Gold Coast and the Ahanta region. He's a legend. And you know, knowing what Junkanoo means to us in the Bahamas, there's a hashtag that I started using years ago where we say, I am Junkanoo.
Yes.
And I have been dubbed the Junkanoo goddess because of the work that I do with Junkanoo. The logo that we use for the Junkanoo Commandos are military fatigue boots. And we did all of this without knowing. And whenever we are called upon and asked, how is it that you can do this and that? We tell them as Junkanoo Commandos, we are led by the spirit of our ancestors. And when I went in March with Christopher and the Sankofa Flamingo team, and we went on top of the fort where Janquao defended his people against slavery, it was at that moment that I knew which ancestor moves the Junkanoo Commandos, and it was Janquao himself. Yeah? I'm telling you.
Lord. Yeah, this is revealing, people. You know, when I got this call and I talked to King Shango, Bahamas, and he said, Rasgadites, I feel your energy. And I said, I feel yours too, because I saw the seal that has been broken. It's ironic that we are recognizing an announcement that the Queen Elizabeth has passed, and these portals are being opening. Is it give us the reality of it, because a lot of people not looking for this portal to be broken from a Bahamian point in some perspective to how the crown has isolated our people. But you have done your task. Tell me, what does that say and what's the meaning of it?
It's powerful. It's powerful. And the fact that Christopher has been installed as John Quad II, the information that he has unveiled, it's not only changing the diaspora, it's for the world. It's for the world to see and the world to recognize. All of the nations that tried to enslave us, they knew of the power of John Quad, right? And you hear that term that we are our ancestors.
Yes.
We are our ancestors, and they are walking strong now. Yeah? You feel the shift. You feel the movement. The scales are being removed from many eyes. And it happens, and it's going to happen one person at a time. And it happens that the stronger our individual voices become, the more persons are going to understand it. And one thing with Junkanoo, Junkanoo is the #1 cultural celebration of the people of the Bahamas. And when we line up for Junkanoo, you know what we say? We say it's wartime. And that is something that was deeply embedded in our memory. It wasn't something that we know. We don't know why we said that, but we know now.
Yes.
We know now why we say that. People who don't participate in Junkanoo often ask us, how is it that you could go to work from 9 to 5 and then go into Junkanoo shack from 8 to 2 in the morning and then get up again and go to work 9 to 5 again and be productive in both settings? You know what that is? That's the spirit of Junkanoo, the spirit of John Quao. He never left his people.
Was always there.
He never left us. But now we know who it is.
Yes. We are looking at a castle that is part of the package that is offered to make this what we call it pilgrimage to Ghana. We know that this pilgrimage it's gonna go through for next month, but we have one for January the 16th up until the 24th. And tell us what this package entails as far as accommodation, transportation, because a lot of people say, God, I want to make the run, but they're going to ask me to get inoculated. They're going to do all manner of things. Clear some of those fear factors for us.
Well, I would have already gotten a yellow fever shot, which is highly recommended. But if you don't want it for religious purposes, you don't have to get it, right? And they also recommend that we take malaria tablets. Again, if it's something that you don't want, you don't have to. But the 8 days in Ghana, the package includes accommodations.
Yes.
Through the entire time, all the ground transportation, all access to all of the different sites that we intend to go to. And it also includes an all-inclusive breakfast each morning, right?
Yes.
Our first stop would be in Accra, where we would tour the museum in Accra to get a good feel of the history and Independence Square in Accra, so you can see where all the liberation talks began. So it's a moving experience from you land. Like I tell the story right now. When I stepped off of the plane in Ghana in March, I stepped into my destiny. Right?
Yes.
Our second stop would be to Elmina Castle, which is one of the most popular castles where the slaves, where our enslaved ancestors were removed from. The door of no return. You get to experience that. Again, be prepared for an emotional experience, right? You experience a
Hold on.
Hello.
Hold on, Queen Mother. Hold on, Empress.
Robert.
Empress, are you
Precious.
Christ. I have my sister over in the Bahamas, Queen Mother Angelica, and she is planning a pilgrimage to Ghana, and she's explaining, you are in Ghana right now. We want to come across over on this pilgrimage.
Okay.
I'll let you say hello to her. Do you have 5 minutes, or are you busy?
Oh, I'm not busy for you. You say hi to Father Hero here first. Go ahead.
Nobility.
Nobility.
Well, he's here to say no for sale.
Asheo.
It's not for sale. That's the point. It's not for sale. Nobility can't be for sale. The Maroons and so all of you should know. Nobility is not for sale.
Okay. As I said, we have a Queen Angelica on the line. Angelica, you could say hello to Empress Amador. She's in Ghana, Accra right now, and I want to make
Hello, sweetie Angelica. I'm giving you a hug. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yes. Sounds like
your sweet voice.
Yes, it sounds like we're in one location already, and we're not even doing that yet. But this will be manifested where our people shall make these journey and make it good. But Queen Mother, as you're saying a while ago, you're saying that the connection on the ground to the castle, that is where I want to talk about. What's the name of that castle that we're going to go to?
The castle in Pocketou, I know I never pronounce it. Fort Meadowcross.
What's the name of that castle?
Fort Meadowcross.
The name
that's the
castle
name
is called Empress Andrea. What the name of the castle that we are supposed to go on this pilgrimage? Pokeso.
Okay, you spoke in Ahanta. Are you talking about in Ahanta or Elmina or Accra? Where?
Pokeso.
And
Asiku.
What's the name?
Fort Meadow.
Pokeso.
Asiku.
Pokeso. P-O.
Or Elmina or Osu.
No, Pokeso.
The horrible castle.
Pokeso.
In Pocketou, yeah.
Yeah, Pokeso.
That's Ahanta.
Yes.
Ahanta.
Yes.
Ahanta.
Angelica. Yeah, Angelica is saying that is one of the pit stop that we want to remind our people as to some of the trials and tribulation. But tell us what is so dramatic, and what is the experience that took place at that place? What is so sentimental, or I don't know what to call it, why we need to journey to it?
That is the castle that Jonquil took over from the Dutch to defend his people against enslavement. And that is where his battle, that was his central spot. And in Pocketou is where his castle was as well, his home. That was like his military base.
That's okay. I love that. Yes. Empress, can you say anything pertaining to that? Do you know any intricate details that we could cement down? How do we know that this is actually the place? Do we have descendants who are still operating this castle?
Yes. It's Fort.
Yes.
And
I'm not hearing Kabota. You talking one time. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Yes, you were saying, Empress.
I'm saying we have a queen over there from America. She was honored to bring back the family who are willing to research, because this cattle was for international trade to be well structured.
Yes.
This Dutch, the Caucasian, came up and set division among the family, and they slaughtered the king. It's called Nanabadu Bonso II. Okay? And they took the head to Dutch Holland for 200, 300 years. Those king never closed his eye. So they brought it about 3 years ago and 4 years back, and he's still with the eye open. Until the justice is done, what he's saying is no Caucasian can survive on his mother's land, because that's part of the family. They link to the Matena. Over to the coastal environment, we have the Patena and the Matena. That area is the Matena lineage. So as I'm speaking with you, that's very important area for you to study, to know the good things that the family were doing with family in the islands as well as where we call America before the invasion.
Yes.
And the king, he had never closed his eye, and the people are still contemplating, because right now they mix the family. They mix the family, and nobody knew the real family presently. But the real ones, the government officials are not working with them. They are working with other questionable beings, and that's a challenge, because royalty is not for sale. So what they've done, and they are trying to, it's unworkable.
Hold on.
So that's the issue, that the queen from America, I sent her information to you, and I'm sure before Mother Angelica get herself ready, you will talk to her, or she will send you messages before you make this trip. It's great things to know, because they are not part of nature. I'm talking about the Caucasians, and they are giving very, very hard time concerning the real locals who are coming home.
Hold on.
So the natives had on.
Hold on.
Another queen to
Empress.
take care of you who will be visiting the family.
Yeah, Empress.
Right?
Yeah, hold on, Empress. We have a correspondence from Queen Mother, and she's of the fact that she met the family and she saw them. Angelica, you want to expand on that a bit, because I don't know that intimate story that is being told to me right now. I'm just learning about it. But can you tell us about the meeting the family?
She's talking about the beheading of King Barubanzu II. And
the second,
yes. And he was beheaded in Boutre. And he was a king, an affairs warrior, and they beheaded him and took his head for research. And we met with the
Holland.
In Holland. And whilst we were in Ahanta in March, after we would have been initiated back into the Ahanta tribe, we went along with the family to view him. We were the first Westerners to view him, where he is under heavy guard by the military. And we were able to view him, and the family goes and they do rituals and they speak with him, and he gives guidance.
Yes.
And when we went to view him, he would have spoken to each one of us individually. We were able to have access. We had to do a different ceremony to get approval from him to be able to come and see him. Right?
No, this is our ancestors. This is our ancestors that has been murdered 300 years ago, right?
And he was beheaded and dismembered. And they took his head to do research because they couldn't understand how an African man with just spears and machetes was able to defeat so many people with guns. Right? And the reason
yes.
they were able to
hold on. Empress, can I call you back? Because you're making the noise. You have a lot of sound in your background. I don't want to lose you, but I know you're multitasking also. So, you know, I wanted to just touch base with you. You can hang up on your end, and I'll talk to you tomorrow because I know that you have more time tomorrow. But I just want to make this link because it's important for us to network.
Very, very important. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I will be waiting for you tomorrow. Okay?
I will.
Stay blessed and lots of love.
Yeah, lots of love. That is Kenya Akara right there we were talking to. But we still have the beautiful Queen Mother with us. And I want to, as you were saying about the mystic of beating the oppressors without even the very likes of man-made guns. Our ancestor that had mastered that craft a long time ago.
And what they did was when the warriors were out defending, they would go to the villages, burn the villages, and harm the women and the children. So he turned himself in to save his people.
Just like Toussaint in 80.
And they got him, they dismembered him.
When you said they, because France and British, which one of the oppressors?
Is it the Dutch or
the Dutch? The Dutch, yes, the Dutch.
The Dutch.
And we must still understand, we must still understand that some of these Atlantis islands are still under the Dutch government. You know, nothing has changed, people. The British, just like how they're owning Jamaica, and we're seeing these foolishness coming up. They are still in power. But continue with the dismantling. After they dismantled him, they spread him all over.
They did, and they threw his torso in the water. Because you know all of the western region is on the water. They threw his body his torso in the water in Boutre, where the fort was. And they said that when they did that, the water went out and came back. And when the water went out again, there was this huge rock that was there. All of a sudden, that wasn't never there before. So, like I said, we had a ceremony where he was asked whether or not we would have access to come and view him.
Before you go any further, because one of the main reasons why John Kono, as them call it, people, John Kono, Poco Mina in there, the Poco music come from John Kono, the Komina music come from John Kono, because these are our powers. We have to understand that these are our powers. And when you put Poco and Komina, you get something named Obia. Now, Obia is a power, people. It is not something where you see me wrap my head and you see me put my pencil on my head. I'm going to get my glass. I'm going to put it up to the sun. I'm going to make sure do me look at egg. Me know about these things. Now, John Kono, as I said, as a man, him was it was like a god. He was like a god because he had mastered the arts. He mastered how to get mystical things that, if you notice, when you're in a Janko, then put on a horse head, and then put on the skull bone, and then put on the feathers, and then put on the white sheet for sure say yo, it can disappear upon you. But this is the mystical part of our culture that we don't embrace, because they beat it out of us, tell us that Obia is an anti-God thing and all of these things. But you are telling us that you had to seek permission from a 300-year-old ancestor who came unto us in a flesh, and is still remaining in visionary, powerful settings with our people as we speak right now.
as we speak. And I tell you, his head is still under heavy military protection.
From who?
And,
Who have it at this time? You said the Dutch, them still have soldiers round him head?
He's in Ghana. He's protected by the Ghanaian military. And they would tell you, listen to this piece now. Bots protection for him. The bots would come twice a day as a military movement to stand guard and watch him. They would tell you when he first came there, they had to cut down some of the trees in the area because of the influx of bats twice a day to guard him. Yeah.
Empress.
These
also, they tried.
Listen,
they tried to kill them, but the more you kill, the more they kill them, the more they multiply. Because they are not just bats. They are spiritual entities.
Thank you. And we saw them when we were there. We saw them. So that's not a myth. That's a reality.
All right, can I ask, let's see that we still have Empress. Empress, can you teach us how to spiritually connect with our ancestors through words? Do you have a...
Yes.
Yeah, can we stop for a minute and you grant us that gift today?
Yes. What you have to know is your element contact, either via your maternal or paternal. That's what we refer to as DNA test by breast. Because with your melanin, go where you can lose your divinity. Because I know how maternal and paternal lineages, you can tell your limitation on the earth, because when you look straight into your power, you can tell the lines there are not the same. One link to mother's side and one link to the father. So with your day of birth, your earth day, where you were born, every aura that you came with is double, is 2, but it's 1. One is supporting the other. So all of you who are noble, either you came for a mission or you left somewhere that you're coming to further, to continue, to advance. This is why those who are thinking African sold African, we continue to make them aware that family members right from the Nile Valley, we were disturbed by our own dishonest men. And they made artificial beings who lost their spirituality because they don't balance. If you continue to be negative, there's no way you could balance because you can't stay focused. So if you identify yourself, that's where you can create your own balance, because you came with a guiding angel who never left you. And this is why you need to check your DNA. For 3.5 million years, ancestors were working on this earth. I'm talking about the feminine energy. With the confusion, they brought in our men. I'm talking about men who were already circumcised. And those operated within the pyramids, under the oceans, within the great waters, under the mountains, in the cosmos. All these were not myths. Those families are still here. When we talk of the what you call the Anunnakis, they are not what you call fake or artificial beings. No, they are part of us, and each of one have their element within us. So for you to identify yourself, you need to have how you were best. Some of the family members came through, we call it Ahu, the energy of the what you call air, or the wind. Mommy is at the grocery, baby is here. Mommy driving to market, baby is here. Mommy broke water, baby is here. Mommy saw blood, baby. All those are element connection that identify you under the sun.
Yes.
So if you are interested, if you want to know what you are, who you are, and your mission in life, you need to take your DNA test by breath. You don't have to travel to the motherland. Wherever you are, we can align with you, and everything is documented in your aura. While you are speaking, we can pick it up and then serve you with respect. Okay?
All right,
So it's very good you ask this question.
Yes. Well, as we've been talking, people have been putting in some questions. Michelle said that when we as a people ask for reparation, that is asking for money. When you demand reclamation, that means you want back what they took from us as a people, meaning our land and etc. There's a big now that the Queen has been announced as dead. What Michelle said, reparations and reclamations are popping up in our reasoning. What's your take? Do you think that the British Empire ladies, Queen, need to do the right thing, or we should move on?
Listen, the issue is
one at a time, please. Continue.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Who is going? You going, my sweetheart?
Well, no, we have a song here by Tony Makeda Oberman.
Yes.
And the song say, pay me what you owe me. That's all I can say on that. So we still need what we're taking.
So we still need to get that compensation for those free labor that was done. Very short and spicy.
Okay.
Yes. What you have to say about that?
Okay. What I'm saying is, yes, you need it. Those of you who were kidnapped and sold, and also those of you who were sold by artificial chiefs that the Caucasian made to support them on the continent. Yes, you need that. But we, the nobles, are doing reclaim. Reclaim, we don't need restitution because England is our land. America is our land. Australia is our land. Sudan is our land. Canada is every land belongs to a noble. And the archives within their reach, we came there to see our languages. How did that ended up being part of theirs when they weren't part of the initial dwellers of that land? When you see where we call Nikolai Terrace in New York, I'm part of the Nikolai family.
Yes.
That's imported among Kote. The first father of medicine, first Christ, that taught them medicine to heal, and they turned out to kill instead of healing.
But
we were living, working before they came to study. So if they apologize, the other day I mentioned to you, sweetheart, I was at the UN with other family members from each part of the continent that we invited Paul John Paul. He couldn't make it, but other person represented him, and after he apologized, I had the apology before he passed. So we told him, I said it, we don't go to war with ammunition. We have spirit that work on our behalf. And because we are not the same, but we are related, we have to realign ourselves so that you know where your mother lineage links somebody else, your paternal links someone else, then you stand firm and command that. We've done that before, and mosquitoes, I'm talking about mosquitoes, clear them off the land, mosquitoes. Okay?
Yes,
so we don't have fear for any of their services that they structured to disrespect.
Empress,
we need our land, we need our people.
Yeah, but Empress,
we need good ship Jesus reverse.
Empress.
Okay? For 2,010,000 people that they captured,
yes,
we need them back alive.
All right.
So we have documentation to back what we say.
I know. We are looking at a corporation, people that will not adhere to doing the right thing unless they are put in a position. We see where they had no other choice to announce that the Queen has passed, because they go ahead and write God save our Queen and long live the Queen and all of these things, while the atrocity against our people, the Maroons, have been blatantly in our face. We see where now the hypocrisy, where people want us to remain humble and show some form of civility, as what they call it, to the passing of this draconian empire, symbolic, whether it be gesture, that has held our people. Even now, where you have Jamaica, Bahamas, you have Cayman Islands, you have British Virgin Islands, these are all captured land under the corporation of the British Empire. And we still have educated people out there who want us to ignore it. The question was asked about reclaiming and reparations. Reclaiming, as we just said a while ago, is reclaiming our even birthright. And our main reason why we get up every day is we cannot be fighting a corporation with its fraudulent documents. It does not make sense. As you hear what Queen Mother said, it is important that we get some form of traced. And we have traced on several occasions the greatness of the ancestors. Look at John Kuno. John Kuno was marred in a sense where we were led to be afraid of this celebration. Out of all of the jump up and thing we go on the road, you would have people tell us, I don't want my picnic go a John Kuno because then kidnap picnic and them kill people and then walk over and them thing. But that wasn't the essence of the man. But our oppressors, when they're writing his story, they do not write the true story. They write lies about their victory, and they don't have any victory. Our people are the true Khalifa of planet Earth. We're the Earthlings, and we have to take our rightful place. There's a lot of people, when we say reclaiming, they tell you that we're all one. From our ancestral point of view, Queen Mother, this trip from Bahamas to Ghana, it has opened your eyes to show you the true injustice that is taking place with your brothers and sisters in Bahamas, and with even your brothers and sisters brainwashing to think about other brothers and sisters within the Atlantis islands. How do you apply this new knowledge to your diplomatic office that you have been put forward in right now? How do you approach it?
I just speak the truth, and I speak it from my heart. And I let anyone with listening ears or seeing eyes see what I document and see what I say, to understand that we were stolen. There's not even a question about that. And I say it loud. Mother Africa is calling her children home, and we are returning home one by one. And the welcome that we are receiving from our families in Ghana is overwhelming. I tell you, there was not one day. I've traveled around the world with the Junkanoo Commandos, showcasing Junkanoo around the world and telling people about Junkanoo. And every time I travel, I felt like I was in a foreign land. Not one day in Ghana did I feel like I was in a foreign land. Not one day.
The food was the same. The people was the same. The love, the genuinity of
everything.
The hug, the smile is the same. One love.
Yes.
I posted some pictures. I've been posting pictures on my social media sites, and friends and acquaintances are telling me they can't even pick me out as a stranger because I blend right in with everyone. And I'm like, yes, because I'm home.
Ashe.
You have certainly blended. You have. Listen to me. When we make these, you see what they were banking on, was that materialistically they would divide us, religiously they would divide us, educationally they would divide us, but it backfired on them in a sense where we become more curious as to what is really. I remember the first time I traveled out of the corporation of Jamaica, and I went over to another island, because I was told that it's only Caucasian alone live outside of the jurisdiction of Jamaica. And I went out and I went to the Cayman Islands and I saw people looking just like me, and I was, wow. I went Barbados, people looking just like me, but then I realized that they have a systematical water divide with our people, where the so-called materialistic wealth that some of us considered to be a privilege given to us by the slave master is what we need to be loyal to, and we're trying to break that facade. Because if we don't break that, because the next question I want to ask you, Queen Mother, is we know that politically it takes the political stand to really make some changes. But as far as you reclaiming your identity further than even being called a Bahamian, how do you apply that now to your surroundings? Because I can always call you a Bahamian, but you've gone further with your roots now, where even Shango himself has been put on the stool of royalty.
Let me tell you, let me tell you the things that I say. I say I'm a Bahamian. I am Junkanoo. I am a hunter.
Yes.
So there's no denying where I came from anymore. There's no denying. And I tell you, every opportunity I get, I let the world understand that. And one of the things that I am proud to say is that based on this research and the information that has been unearthed and the agitation, the Bahamas now has an ambassador designate to Ghana.
Wow, that is diplomacy. That is diplomacy.
The ancestors are moving. They are moving. I am my ancestors.
Yes, we are. We are.
Things are changing. There is a shift. Yes. There's a shift.
There's a shift, and the shift is for those who want to vibrate higher. You'll always have our brothers and sisters, as I said before. Some are very emotionally damaged, mentally damaged. They will not comprehend the way forward because they've been educated in such a way where they're drenched. You see this corporation have been beating our people for years, and some of us have submitted to the garbage that seems to be civilized, and we have to change and rethink how we do things, where people can actually see the result coming from this new movement. And I see we're direct flights coming in from Bahamas, the corporation of Bahamas and the others, directly into Ghana. How did that enroutment? Talk to me about how the flight set up, because now we know that you don't have to get inoculated to go over to the motherland. We want to know the routes that we take to get there via this pilgrim package that you have.
The package that we have, we coordinated to have the most cost-effective one, and what we found is that going through the United States is the more cost-effective way. Or we also have an alternate route where we can go through London, and it's also a shorter route if we go through the U.S. So the pilgrimage for January is designed to go through New York to Accra, and it's a much shorter route than to go through London to Accra. So that's the route that we decided.
That's a concern that some of our people are concerned about, because
we have some persons as well that are going through London. Because number one, they do not have that COVID-19 vaccination, and some of them do not have a United States visa. So they can go through London without having either of.
One of our main concern was how to get there to deal with the indigenous people that we're talking about. Empress, we know that if we do not stand on sovereignty, it will not mean nothing to the corporation over here. And as you've heard a while ago, Queen Mother is still of the sentiments that the shots, the inoculation by the corporation, plus a visa restriction on our people. But now that we're resurrecting that we're older than these corporations, what sort of diplomatic approach must we do for them to recognize us not as their subject or citizens, but sovereign beings traveling throughout the earth? How do we get that going?
Let me share those because I may forget. It's something I saw on your page and I want to rectify. You had sovereign, stool, and crown. You spelled that too. I want to bring to your attention that it was King George V.
Yes.
George V, who came to study. This entity could not use bathroom. He has no control at his behind. He is on the seat. So documentation that they left for the artificial kings and chiefs that they made, they put them on stools. And majority of the people are claiming our throne to be stool. No, that's questionable. It's not correct. So I know you copied it or you saw it somewhere else. It's yes. And the actual fact is George the Fifth. He is on this. So we don't see those two. Two, family members are getting their reclaim. And every noble supposed to be part of it because we've requested for our own airplane. Chiefs, remember, Julius Caesar was not a Caucasian. He killed and impersonated, so as what you call Vespucci.
We're getting
okay?
Up. Yes.
So those Vespucci, remember Columbus?
Yes.
That was their work that they did, and we've had all the documents in our archives with languages.
No, but I know,
so
but
we
I know,
have filed that.
But I know that there are documents that allow our sovereignty to be respected, and that is one of the main reasons why we want to go over to Ghana, because if we can show, just like how we show that in 1738, Nanny of the Maroons defeated the Redcoats and they surrendered to our ancestors, we also want to have these recognition put in place where the corporation, when we pull our documents, they know that yes, these documents override the oppressive measures that they have put in place.
Remember, that's where I'm coming. That's true that they made their own chiefs and they put that Chieftaincy Act. But we had our own sovereignty, of which they scattered the people. So we are getting together for them to restore. Remember, Isaiah 60, 4 through to 11, and 61, Isaiah 61, 4 through to 11, they will restore. They don't have access to anything than what our ancestors, offered them, and they've abused. So the deity, the company that gave them that entity, is still on our soil. It's called company. So these entities, they have violated the deities, and they need to restore. So we have to get together those who answer to the paternal and those who answer to the maternal. Queen of England, she came to study. We have the photos with the instructors in our languages. So those of you who did not know that people were working on American soil, in the Caribbean, all over, before they came to study and they raised war to kill, we have it in our languages, and we're saying to them, you need to restore because you came. We welcome you. This is where we saw your foreparents and the entity that we welcome you with gives you that company authority to work with. None of our ancestors told them to kill for.
So
they've violated the treaty.
We know.
Those who are apologizing presently,
yes,
they don't know who to approach. But we have to get ourselves together.
We are getting
and forward it to them, and we have done it already.
Yeah.
But you have to know.
We are getting ourselves.
Because that company is a deity. The company is a deity.
Yes. We are getting ourselves together. We are getting ourselves together, and ladies, it's time has crept up on us so much, but I will have to maintain. As far as Queen Mother go, there is not an ad that is made for this pilgrimage as yet, and I have to call you after to see how best we can put it together and get it. This is going down on January the 16th until the 24th, people. For those who want to make the run, we have more details to put out where you can get, as we said, travel, transportation, accommodation, and food, not to mention interaction with our brothers and sisters in Ghana is a package deal that we are aligning ourselves so we can not only talk, but go. If you are in a group right now and the group have 10, 12 people, call me, 2 of you can go. You know what I mean? If you send 2 of for your brothers and sisters and you have some more, 2 go this time, 2 go another time, 3, and eventually everyone will get the experience of returning to the motherland where your spirit yearns to be,
Add loving experience to that. Loving experience.
Yes. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, people. So, Queen Mother, anything else you want to put out there? Because we are going to touch base with you and continue the journey.
Yeah, I want them. They could add me on social media on Facebook, Angelique Bahamian Culture, because I have a lot of imagery and video from my different experiences there. Going into the onto the farm, riding. I mean, living as a local. Okay, not as a tourist because I'm home. And I would encourage them. I go into the sacred crocodile ponds to just every experience that they could imagine. The stories that we would have heard, the real stories of our ancestors. We're still living that life. So just let's go home.
Wow, I'm feeling emotional right there. The imbalance right now is great. I
want to say one thing that I experienced when we stopped to Mina Castle.
Yeah.
We walked through the area where they kept the females, right? Yes. And there was this large weight ball that they said for the women that were unruly, they would attach this to their legs. And I had to let Django had to lift that ball for me because I said I would have been in that group of women that could not be controlled. So I needed to feel the weight of that. And I could not believe that they put that on our ancestors.
And I
could not believe
it. This is the buffoonery I cannot understand. We know that the people who did this to us, they are walking beside us right now. And our people are still hoping that these people will be forgiving and do the right thing. We have to come to the reality that this is what we're doing now. Our sovereignty is not something that we're going to bargain with. And this is not telling anyone that we're going to come and attack you and do anything to you. We're just letting you know that the Queen dead, for crying out loud. So if the Queen dead, stop with this charade about kings and queens, and because you're not. This is nobody now gonna rule we. This now gonna happen, man.
They're not. They're gonna have to be. They're gonna have to be shown more than anything else, because to give us what we have, they end up losing too much if they give us our stuff, which is ours.
They think it's hard to give us our sovereignty. I know them figure we are sovereignty. We have to take it. When I come out of my mother, me never ask if me could have come out at the right time for come out and me jump out. Never jump out as a Jamaican. We did not come out of our parents as Jamaican, American, Bahamian, St. Vincentian, African. We didn't come out in that corporation. We never asked for that inclusion. This is kidnapping.
Believe me when I tell you, the ancestors are moving and they are moving with strength.
Yes. All right. I have to leave it there, right there, because Lord. But thank you so much, Empress, and we'll be in contact. Queen Mother also. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yes. Ashe. Wow, we get a lot of links right over there. That is Accra, Ghana, alongside the Bahamas, the corporations, and I have some pictures that I have to put up. Mr. Michelle just love over there and torment my soul. May I call Andre, May I make Andre talk to you, because you're such a force to be reckoned with. Talking about force to be reckoned with, as you know, we're broadcasting all over the world. We're inside Jamaica, the Corporation of Jamaica, and we get some calls. I think we're going to try to reach out back. Merciless, his we call it now, he will be going home as far as a send-off, and we want to just give our condolences to the king, you know what I mean, make him go on all the realms and go and kill. We're getting some beefs from over the UK too, so for all the massive them out of the UK who still sending out the links, them big up on yourself, you know what I mean. We know exactly what's popping, so we just keep it real, you know, we not really run up the thing. When it says yes, that was a powerful speech. I wonder what Michelle thought about, Father God. Michelle thought about a thing, you know. Let's say if we get the next child for the Queen, where this child go to cry and all these things, you know, saying ball a lot, and you know. Prince, is this Prince Andrew? I'm trying to get Prince Andrew or Prince Charles. This is Buckingham. This number was given to me. Prince Ian, yes. This is one of the royal family that don't really go out in the limelight. But I want to say, Your Royal Highness, how you doing? You know, you're lost. Let me say first my condolences to you and the family on losing grandma and these things and all these Well, we can't turn on the TV in peace.
I'm not tell you, man.
Granny take over my whole
TV. Me, I tell you, we just come into you that on the TV. As a blood so African news, never go watch it for once.
So between me and my youth, word on the road, I say, boy, I murder them brother Granny. Because Granny and him too long. Man, never say Granny outlive everybody. I mean, just man put a pillow over Granny face, man. You know? Oh, yeah, here for the road. Because you know how you lock your road in the key.
Yeah. I see everything I say. I don't know why I say to this. Oh, she could strong and then all of a sudden does bam.
That may I say, King.
Or really I go on.
Kind of where the man then spend a portion of money on Jubilee and Mama Granny walk down your road big and strong and
yeah, man.
COVID come and couldn't get out Granny and Granny
couldn't get out Granny and then all of a sudden.
No, something look fishy, man.
It's all COVID and survive.
No, sir, something look
and
fishy.
And then all of a sudden.
Yeah, this not look real, my youth. But me say you can't even perform, see you true Mama gone. Them lock down everything over there, no birthday party, no what's it 9 night alone.
Yeah, everything locked down, man, till next week. But you know, Jamaican still a keep for them things.
Yeah, me say Jamaican never keep a portion of 9 night. The time police never ask you to say a 9 night never keep.
Yeah.
So you're gonna turn up for somebody 9 night, don't.
No, that them do for 2 man. I said they will keep it for the Queen, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But love how you're Prime Minister down a yard still. Attend the UK a month for, right?
Yeah. And him said 12.
I mean, it's 100 to 2 extra days.
2 more days.
Yo, look how much people are dead down at Jamaica and if that one, but the Queen dead. And the man show 2 more days for the charges.
And everybody say, "Oh, comes in get 12 days. Where you get 12 days?"
Yeah, man. The man say, him feel it, man. Man say him feel it, charge.
I'm glad, cause him want. He want switch.
What you know, say crime minister now switch. I be a ballet man away and desert man away from where they knocking. What kind of switch? You think a banger?
You know, say he want Jamaica turn republic. He want come out of the thing.
Well, we are here through the grapevine. We say crime minister want give you a piece of food for bangers and cash, cause him like the tune in the charge. Yeah, bangers and cash. Yeah, crime minister, if you listen, yeah, man. A G Mafia this. I think, yeah, he can give at least a 2-year, 2-term run and fight under a couple billion, but you know, you know, look pretty at all, yeah, and look pretty at all, G Mafia. But yeah, hold up with what all our go on planet Earth. Everything good?
I'm good. Yeah, man, everything great, man. I'm never there. I'm the holiday with the family. We just come back Sunday.
Italy,
small island.
Oh, it's over Italy or Rome?
No, we're not Spain. I want to look a place. We're not Spain. Me know. I want to look a small island.
Yeah, man. We get a memo say a queen did put a piece of money for your like family member and go. But you have to go level with us and make we know, cause you see somebody just text me and tell me say Granny not dead at all. Granny must be there Argentina. One
them place.
Yo, but you know, some of these people are dead nowadays. Some people that take with themselves, my lad, like Jeffrey Einstein.
Yeah, because I think I say the blood clot.
Yeah, but this is the real at all, Charge. This is the real at all. But merciless, I go down the 17th. Me and say you send a thing in for funeral and think I want thing with you, you know. Kind of gracious with the
Leonard,
word. Yeah.
Leonard, boy, I tell you.
Yeah, why you here for the Leonard thing? Because Leonard, Lenny girl, them hard, you know. Yeah, man.
Yeah, me say next week they won't see they get everything together, but why? You know, you say them never want to go fund, like they will say go fund me set up, but human, his mother said no go for his sister.
Unsolved mystery. How much unsolved mystery?
People are set up go fund me if you try script sitting.
Yeah. Then already, Mr. Somebody send your address, come and say a friend, G Mafia music. I say, what is man? Me know what a G Mafia this.
Wait, am do? Address cam sitting?
Yeah, them have picture and everything put up, man. You know them, people and work hard at the time, you know, man. People and work hard to get them thing on, you know.
Yeah. Sit down, guys. Coming, man. Them not each other, man.
Yeah. But them learn from it past and them people what you expect, my lad. Look how long you bishop on the past and them a scam people. But yo, me just have to my condolences to you and the family. Just go and hold your head up, my lad. Mama God.
Yeah, my brother, we keep our link a little sooner.
Yes.
I remember a new project I dropped for the time, you know.
Send it in, man. Send it in to the office. Just send a
link. Yeah, man, it's about 6 or 7.
Yeah, well, you see, EP ready or no?
Yeah, it's an EP, but it's kind of horrible still, the name Dark Side. Because to me, it's a good one. I mean, I drop no bad man song. So I say,
know that King Charles will rule the dark world are coming in your album. Let's stop a blood clot rhythm. Hold on. We are talking to G Mafia. And G Mafia just let out a breaking news a while ago say, now that King Charles who rule the dark world I come go rule the thing. What album name Dark what? Dark Clot Star.
Dark days are coming over, so we drop the dark side.
Dark days, there glad. Yo,
dark days are comes. It named Dark Side, man. It bad. It was some bangers the funny brother, but you don't know a thing already.
You don't have all you have to do for make that sell up is just draw Prince Charles, King Charles as a big vampire bat in my lad.
Pitch up on it. Good idea. Good idea.
Make sure you catch your Barack Obama ears,
That never do you know put big bad vampire bad quality too.
Yo, by the go look for you, George. Hey, live your life, man.
Yo, the man turned king, man, glad to fall.
Yeah, man.
Yo, you know, long way from this.
No, but may I tell you differently, our satellite pick up, cause after in our last hour, them say, Mama say, she don't want to left in a room with certain people. Me have a list here where she write out. So she said out certain people are not enough to be in that room alone.
Nice room.
Me is a king asks for a moment with mommy and then come out and cry. And them I say, walk on. And the man I cry, I say, boy, mommy kick him out. Yo.
So it was 2 minutes in there down.
Yo, people, you have been looking at them things. Yeah, but look
at saying I room with her 2 minutes and come out and say, Mama kick the bucket.
People then say them to fingernail mark road, Mama neck, but nobody don't want talk that. Nobody, yo, yeah, hear me? G-Mafia. Watch your head back, daddy.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna link, all right, one love. Big up the family, man. Big up the family.
Yeah, man, big up.
Yes,
yeah, man.
That is G-Mafia right there. So let's get one link. The UK link up in a whole heap of people are moon and them things. Let me see a woman drop down last night in her chair. So she finally can come to the understanding, say, Mama gone. But anyway, stop reading me for me, because right now, a crime minister of the Corporation of Jamaica, G-Mafia, just said a while ago that his EP coming out, seeing that King Charles is the ruler of the dark world. His album is coming out that's called Dark Side. And I can bet you any money that this is one of the #1 song on the album. Get it?
Yo, rate them gal, let's start. Yeah, man. You know them type of gal where them think different. Hot gal. Money now for fat pride park up. Yeah. Rich lifestyle, Chanel and bag, them gal a boss up. Yeah. She love get spoiled in a tight shorts and a little ass cock up. Every week different flight, rich lifestyle, tell them how she brought up. This is what she say. Bangers and cash, man where she like. Bangers and cash, yeah, she love the hype. Bangers and cash, hot ride, fast bikes. Bangers and cash, yeah, the city lights. Bangers and cash, yeah, she love the life. Bangers and cash, rich life. Borrow the any on the ice. If your money no enough, then you can't get no spar with her. She only roll with superstars. Real top banger, we can pay the cost. Rich lifestyle with fancy cars. She want the man them way around the road at. Yeah, her face cute and she love cash. And the man you want her, but you pull it up again. Rate them girl, let's start. Yeah, man. You know them type of girl.
Yeah, we're gonna have to leave it here right now.
Money now for fat pride park up.
Rich lifestyle. Remember to continue listening to our podcast on TuneIn Radio. It's Freshradiovybz. Once you go on Google, punching TuneIn Freshradiovybz, and it will be popping at you.
Bangers and cash, man where she like. Bangers and cash, yeah, she love the hype. Bangers and cash, hot ride, fast bikes. Bangers and cash, yeah, the city lights. Bangers and cash, yeah, she love the life. Bangers and cash, rich life.
Grand Rising, Wagwa Raga. Raga, first and foremost, let me say my condolences, Raga, for your loss. Raga, I hear that you're tremendously upset because you wanted to be in the room for that last moment, but Charles forced you out of the room. Talk to me about that, Raga, because rumor has it that there's fingerprint around Grandma's neck. What is your Raga Rugi? You are here. Talk to me, Raga. I have to get your side of the fullness, Raga Rugi.
Yes, I want it.
Raga, listen to me. You turn on the radio, it's about your grandmother. You turn on the TV, it's about your grandmother. So it's only right that you, Raga, is on the earwave. Your grandma love you, Raga. Your grandma loved and cared for you, Yes, internationally known superstar Raga Rugi, who is not only mourning the loss of his great grandmother, but he's also Raga, talk to me about this King Charles thing, because I hear that you're cut up over it. You're not in favor of that.
Right now, my plan to leave the policy now, because may I tell you the truth, I was so hurt, and everybody want grandma tune, and I think I rather have to get the tune to be the next king. So at the moment, I'm really vexed for going and mourning about grandma. I saw grandma die like that, and I really tell you the truth, miss grandma. You know, every morning I make grandma tea and just take care of everything. So
Yes, I
the
know.
moment I go through some hurting at the moment, but I don't get speak, but
I don't want to stress you too much, but you and Charles never really see eye to eye when it come on to mother, because I hear that you were one of the first one who reminded him about Princess Diana shortcomings. You and Charles spoken since grandma passed, or you're not opening up that channel right now?
I want to keep it easy. Kind of good, but you know what, you're not talking about. So grandma, the part of grandma, kind of I would a little vibe, So it's in my car. It's in the so I line up the funeral, So
you will be at the send off ceremony.
We are going to be at the send-off ceremony, we're at the funeral, we're the label, so the people can look out for all of those things, you see. Rather will be at grandma's funeral, you see.
When you say Raga Rugi everywhere, you know that there is a blackout for no celebration at all unless it's 9-night Raga. Unless it's a 9-night you're not having for grandma, nothing is allowed, and you're supposed to wear black. That is the order for the grandma. Will you be adhering to that? Because I think you have no behavior when it comes on to these rules and regulations.
Yeah, everything in fine order, and everything can go on. People can wear them black. You understand? People can see them morning. At the moment, Jamaica now want more for 12 days. And we just have to keep the thing. We just have to keep the thing. We just have to keep the thing and go on.
Yeah.
Raga will be able to take over now.
Hold on, Raga. You just touched on Jamaica, and I hear that you were one of the first one to call Emperor L.A. Lewis, because Emperor also has that bloodline with grandma also. And you're saying that 12 days, because I hear that the 2 extra days, you and the Emperor asked Andrew to put it on because you wanted to show that you love grandma. Can you confirm that? You can confirm that?
Yeah, that is true. My cousin, L.A. Lewis, you know, I'm sick. He get heart attack. And still have to pain recover soon. And we used to come out of the hospital. You know, my L.A. Lewis in the royal family. You see me, so I just start to pay L.A. Lewis and the right, so I just start, you see me, so we just stay on a pay and
so last but not least, because I know that you're there with Harry, our satellite, see you giving Harry a joint. You was in a joint meeting with Harry this week. You were in a joint meeting, right? You can confirm that you was in a joint meeting with Harry, right?
Yeah, I was in a meeting.
A joint, not just any meeting, a joint meeting. You were in a joint, a joint, and that cheer up Harry a lot because he had to get a breath of fresh air. With all that is taking place now, Ragarugi, the world is looking. See it again. With all that taking place, you are still giving out the tin mackerel, the sardine, and a couple breads to the people that need it, right?
No, you know the tin mackerel, the bully beef, the sardine, the dirty girl, it's probably the same way for the poor people. And you see, but this morning when hungry, you know, two grandma, she's kind of hard up. Let me take out to a tin mackerel piece of bread and some crackers and eat it. That thing.
Yo, Daddy! Yo, I'm about to be a man still between me and still Raga, because you know we miss my man.
True one.
My earth.
When I finish the show, just give me a link, man. My advice.
All right. Bless up, Raga Rugi.
Thank you very much.
That is royal. It's royal, and it's Raga Rugi over there in the UK. We're getting reaction across the world as far as that go. And we want to close out by saying that Raga Rugi has been one of the Grand Rising ambassador. We just had Raga Rugi on. He said that he's not feeling good. He's going through a lot of things, ambassador. My God, this is not looking good.
Grand Rise.
Grand
Am
Rising.
I on air am I on the radio?
Yes, my show went over 53 minutes over because of links all over the globe. You wanted a private because the office is going to open after the broadcast.
No. If you had a topic that you had on your mind that you wanted to go through, any new, just touching base.
We're talking about we're talking about stolen goods, and the British cultural minister has come out this morning, sent something to our desk that they will not be returning any of the stolen goods that the Queen had been handling for over eons of years, and then we find that the 12 days which is been put forward by the Prime Minister of Jamaica is not being accepted, and we wanted to get your take on should Jamaica, the subjects, be mourning for 12 long days.
No, we shouldn't be mourning for no 12 long days for anything of such matters. We have our affairs to take care of. We already did our 400 years of some of these ancestors paying the blood, sweat, and tears for all of that. So I don't see why we should go through that. The other thing is this: the return artifacts that's supposed to return back to motherland from England. Well, they can keep it. They can keep it because when we come in for the whole planet in the future. So it don't really matter where it is. It's still gonna be ours.
Oh my God! You know that Prince. You know that King Charles said that he's coming with a reset, and his reset is to reclaim everything again. So you're reclaiming, and Charles is going to my God, this is David.
It's called the Empire. It's called the Empire Strikes Back, but it's not their empire. It's the Anu Ra Amen. It's Amen Ra Empire coming, striking back this time. We ain't playing. The Anunnakis ain't playing. Nibiru fleet ain't playing. We coming full force in. Full galactic fleet.
Hold on, people, stop the rhythm. You know that we just lost the Queen, right? And I don't know how true this is. Are you hearing anything about Joe Biden? Our corroborative warriors have just sent something to the desk. I don't want to ball it out too much, but the Queen has just traveled, and it seems as if they're saying that this may be another traveling situation too over here in the land they call America. Are you hearing anything like that?
About the Queen body?
No, about Joe Biden passing.
Well, put it this way: when it comes to Sleepy Joe, anything is possible. Because he's already frail, just standing. He's like a little frail flesh with a skeleton, like a skeleton.
But Ambassador, I cannot take this lightly. You have scammers out there. You have scammers out there, and for the Queen to pass, and in less than how many days is this? My newsroom said less than 10 days. There's circulation that, my God, this is not looking good at all.
Because look at this. Sleepy Joe Biden has many clones of himself, many actors, many all kind of understudy. Anything is possible in his world. He's not even really important. The more important person is watching Kamala Harris and her husband and her network between them Rothschilds and Rockefellers. That's where our eyes should be. Sleepy Joe just need to fall asleep at the back of the class. We don't need to just leave those people at the back of the class alone and focus on those who are
all I'm asking for is a confirmation. Is there anybody out there who's hearing what I'm hearing, that the president may have fallen asleep? I don't know. But
if he falls asleep, the designated candidate is next up. Runner up would be
just like I know, just like how Charles has ascended. But let us stay focused now. The Corporation of Jamaica, led by the Prime Minister, asked for 12 days. We have seen where a lady, I might get her on the line, Nana McKnight, last not one person but 5 individuals, and there wasn't even a moment of silence for her. Is the Prime Minister really thinking with his head that he's walking with. I don't think he's thinking.
So look at this now.
Yes.
You need 12 days for somebody who is going to the land of the dead. And the people who are in the land of the living soul, you don't feed them, shelter them, clothe them, give them water, give them free internet, free nothing. And we must do 12 days of what? Suffering in silence? No, we're not silence of the lamb. This time the lamb ain't coming back as no lamb, no pussycat, no none of that meow, meow, none of that crap. Roar! You understand?
Yes.
It's time for us to do what is done to us. When it is done by others, it's no problem. But when it's time for us to celebrate our victory over who oppress us, we talk about we need mourning. What we need mourning for? We must be crazy people. Now we know we need to see some sociologists, not even psychologists, because we need sociologists. We need social reconstruction engineering. Or we become a bunch of numbskulls.
Sir, I'll just ask you to hold rem. People, in case you're just joining us, we're talking to Ambassador Michael. We're on our last 20 minutes because Ragarugi checked in a while ago saying that he's threatening to move out of Buckingham Palace because King Charles have laid down some new rules that he is not really going to be abiding by. As you heard, no celebration shall be going ahead. You cannot keep any birthday party, you can't keep no party at all. So the Maroons does not fall under that guidelines because we always have our 1-9 night. It's very, very, my God, not looking good. I'm trying to get Capo daughter, Miss the lady herself, to give us her take on how she feels about the traveling of the Queen, but her office seems to be very busy, very busy. Ambassador Michael, anything before we go? Because we're going to see if we make one more pit stop with the spaceship cross.
Yes, I am just being very observant of a lot of these private and confidential things going on the planet. So we have to be very observant and approach everything cautious.
Mm-hmm.
We must not take anything for granted. We need to stay focused and vigilant and keep our eyes and our ears planted to the roots of these trees. Because trust me, we got to be some beautiful branch and leaves and some beautiful substance coming off of these new futuristic plants that we plant. We need some brand new fruits.
Yes.
And so we have to set example for the next generation. As Tony Reblida said, be careful what you're teaching little children. Make sure not something to hurt them or harm them. You understand? Yes. So the youth then we are dealing with it now. We not deal with the stubborn adult then. And the youth then we are dealing with it. You understand? The next generation, the next 100 years, the next 1,000 years, the next whatever time left throughout the cycle.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
So right now, we just need to stay focused, be vigilant, keep research, keep investigation. Don't believe anything, check out everything.
Don't believe.
Not believe anything,
check
out everything. Investigate all things. Every stone must be turned. Every water must be touched.
She only roll with
Wait by the water.
All right. Bless up, my lord. That is Ambassador right there. Michael Brown going into it. We want to just touch base with one or two people to see how it's going. Well, we have 2 more. How many minutes we have left, sir? Let's see how much minutes we have now.
This I see money on our production. Oh, yeah. Life is one big road with lots of potholes. Hey, be careful how you walk out, careful how you stroll. Hey, life is one big road with lots of potholes. Hear the people are crying. Be careful what you're doing, just praise the Most High. Be careful who you're buying. Sometimes your heart can be hardened. And live good, make your life be shining. So we all know life is one big road with a battle. Hey, be careful how you walk out, careful how you stroll. Hey, hey, life is what you and the people are crying. Be careful what you do. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Try hard at your man, even though you can't please everyone. Watch the road, read the code, cause every man have them on the road. Watch what you're doing, you'll be exposed. I say, life is one big road, we got a battle. Hey.
Grand Rising, Sir Willock. How you doing, sir? How you doing? Are you wearing black? Are you wearing black right now, sir? No, you're not.
You have me. You have me live.
Julian, you know I like having you live on my station. I call.
No.
But I just.
You have to get my permission to have me live.
Who do I call? I want to call because you're the only number I have to call. I don't have anybody else.
I'll send you my agent's number, sir.
Your agent's number. All right. And I can get an official talk about the dress code that you have been told to wear for the next 10 days. I can get that.
Well, I don't know if I can speak on that. That was issued by the deputy governor's office. Remember, I'm out of government.
Yeah, but as a subject, as a royal subject, Julian, you know the country feels the loss of the Queen. And I'm just saying that there's a color code. What color? Is it black they're asking all government workers to wear?
I really don't know. I saw something circulated on social media. I really don't know. The best person to call is David Archer.
David Archer. Yeah. Let me see if I get David Archer to see if he is with, my condolences again, Julian, for your loss. And I feel it that, the country is going through. Have you heard anything about King Charles? Because we have some new rules coming up with King Charles. He said he will not tolerate any form of bad behavior. He's
okay. I have not been able to follow. I am aware that Queen Elizabeth has passed, but I have not been able to follow anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we all, I'm sure we all are mourning for her passing, including you.
You're mourning. What have you done to mourn? Have you stopped going to clubs or, because with this new law, I hear that not even night can't be held in the country. The premier seems signed the book, say that no celebration, not even vibes, nor none of your soca band can perform for the next 10 days.
Okay, again, I am not aware of those things. I am so out the loop. I am not aware of what's going on.
My thing is, if the country is mourning, is cruise ship and airplane still allowed to come in seeing that the country is mourning?
Again, you'll have to talk to the relevant persons on those matters. I can't speak. I cannot speak for the country.
Yes.
You'll have to speak to the premier, the governor. Those are the people in charge.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, sir.
You're most welcome. Bye-bye.
God, there you have it. There, the British Virgin Islands.
This I see money on our production. Oh, yeah. Life is one big road with lots of potholes. Hey, be careful how you walk out, careful how you stroll. Hey, life is one big road with lots of potholes. Here the people are crying. Be careful what you're doing, just praise the Most High. Be careful who you're pardon. Sometimes your heart you be hardened. And live good cause your life you be shining. Remember karma is a road, it will haunt you. So me I want you. Life is one big road with a battle. Hey, be careful how you walk out. Careful how you stroll. Hey, life is one big road with lots of potholes. Here the people are crying. Be careful what you're doing. Just praise the Most High. Yeah. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Try hard at your man, even though you can't please everyone. Watch the road. read the code. Cause every man have them own road. Watch what you're doing, you'll be exposed. I say, life is one big road.
This is where we're gonna head out right now. Thank you so much for your participation. Yours truly, Rascalites in the building.
Life is one big road. We got a patrol here, the people are trying. Be careful what you're doing. Just praise the Most High. Cause every day when you rise up, give thanks that you wake up. Obstacles and hiccups in our way, yeah. So just wise up. Hey, no matter big fi no gold. You better save for your soul. Watch how you walk, watch how you stroll. More to life to unfold. Life is one big road. We got a patrol. Hey, be careful how you walk, youth. Careful how you stroll. Hey, life is one big road. We got a patrol. Here the people are crying. Be careful what you're doing. Just praise the Most High. Be careful who you pardon. Sometimes your heart you be hardened. And live good cause your life you will shine. Remember karma is a road, it will haunt you. So me I want you. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Try hard, man, even though you can't please everyone. Watch the road, read the code. Cause every man have them own road. Watch what you're doing, you'll be exposed. I say, life is one big road. We got a patrol. Hey, be careful how you walk, youth. Careful how you stroll. Hey, life is one big road. We got a patrol. Here the people are crying. Be careful what you're doing. Just praise the Most High. Give thanks to the highest. Give thanks, I say, give thanks.
All hail the International Grand Rising Show. Monday to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. News, music, live interviews, covering the global issues of the Maroons. Promotional packages available now. Freshradiovybz, broadcasting locally and internationally. Your number one online radio station. Streaming on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and Google. YouTube. Listen radio at its best. Call and join us now at 260-209-8730. And rise. Freshradiovybz, the official radio station for the Maroon Nation. Drop us an email at godites@gmail.com. That is GADIETHZ @gmail.com.